Your Extraordinary Life, episode -2. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Your Extraordinary Life. My name is Piotr, Krzyzek, and this is the podcast dedicated to creating an extraordinary life for you and everyone around you. My goal is to help you create amazing experiences by having an open mind, using a bit of common sense, and by becoming a better person and leader. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Facebook star rating, why you really should be worried about it, what to do about it, and how to get rid of the darn pesky thing. Well, the Facebook star rating is a 5-star rating system for any Facebook business page. Now, you might think this is a good thing. If you see a great review on a restaurant on Yelp or on Google, you're going to think, well, that's a pretty darn good thing. Maybe you've seen the same thing on Angie's List or any other page. Great reviews and great ratings are great. But unlike anything that Yelp or Google has, the Facebook's 5-star rating system is very flawed, and this is why we should really worry about it. And it's flawed for, honestly, at least 3 reasons, but here are my 3 main reasons. 1, it can be completely anonymous. 2, you have zero control about it. And 3, we have no idea where they're coming from. Now, the first problem, that you have zero control over it. Well, if somebody goes to your page, scrolls down, wants to leave you a review, and of course, I left myself a raving review. If somebody leaves a review, that whether it's 0 stars or 5 stars, it's going to show up here on your ratings, whether you want to or not. But there's a little flaw with this thing. If somebody leaves you a review and does not set a star rating, which is not required, because they can leave you a review without putting a star rating, you will lose points. So for example, if you had 10 reviews, let's say all 5 stars, but then one person gives you a very good review, but doesn't click 5 stars, you will then have 11 reviews and one of those will be 1 star. That's bad. Very bad. The other problem is if somebody leaves you a review and their profile is private, you won't see the review here, but you will see the star rating, but not here, not in the reviews. You won't even know who left the review, but you will see the rankings show up here. So if somebody has a very private profile like I do, and they left your 1-star review, you'll get deducted points for that, but you will never know who it is. So if your competitor hates you, or maybe you just annoyed somebody and you never knew why, they can leave you a 1-star review and you'll never know it. Well, you'll know that you got a 1-star review, but you'll never know who, what, why, or when. The other part is we have 19 reviews here, but we honestly have no idea how they got here. We're never told that we got another review. We never had, we never had a chance to do anything about these reviews. They just kind of showed up. So we have 9 5-star reviews, one of them mine, of course. That's great. 4 4-star reviews, acceptable. 2 3 stars, 1 2 stars, and 3 1 stars. Where did these come from? We have no idea. As far as our current clients tell us, we're doing a pretty darn good job. So where these ratings came from, we don't know. And that's the problem. One of these, I'm guessing, is that somebody left a review somewhere. Facebook picked it up, but it didn't have a star rating, so it gave us a 1 star automatically, simply because it didn't have a star rating. And if you think I'm going crazy here, check out some of the articles on the internet. In a TechCrunch article, they talk about everything about how this is going and how the Facebook star rating started from the mobile and now it's on the desktop. But you start reading the comments, and if you read these things, let's read this first one from this guy. He says that he has had 62 reviews on his Facebook page, but he doesn't even have 62 clients. Where did they come from? He has no idea. This next guy, same thing. They had 4 stars, and now it's weird. It's going crazy. He has no idea where they're coming from. You scroll down, you see and read the exact same thing. This guy just received a 2-star rating, But he has no idea from where. Maybe he had a disgruntled parent for his at-home care system. We don't know. And he doesn't know. And people are complaining about this. They really, really are. And it's not just on TechCrunch. If you read the reviews and the complaints on Facebook's help system, on TechCrunch, on Google, anywhere, you see people complain about it because it just doesn't work. There's no control over it for us business people. We can't complain about it. We cannot refute this review, and we can't even comment on the review because some of it can be completely anonymous and there's no control over it. It's scary. Now, there are two things you can do. One, you can remove it, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But another thing is you can try to bombard the system with raving reviews. So if these reviews are very, very important to you and you need your address on the Facebook page and the map, then ask every single client you know to give you 5 stars and leave a great review. We'll give them some reward for it. Bombard this thing with 5-star reviews. You will need to do that and specifically tell them to give you the 5-star rating. That is one of the only ways you can bombard this thing and get the highest rating possible. Now, for the rest of us, sometimes these ratings aren't practical, or getting every single one of our clients to comment on here is just also not possible. For example, we have some contractors who never visit Facebook, don't care about Facebook, and are probably never going to go on Facebook. So asking them to do this is just not feasible. For some of our design stuff, it's possible. But we're also not really local business. We do local business just like any other practical business. You know, we aren't part of the chamber, but we really don't care if somebody knows our address or not. So this is a little bit of a flawed problem here, I believe. If you are a local business and you want to remove these ratings, you're going to have a problem. Because to remove these ratings, you also have to get rid of the map and the address on your Facebook page. So let's go do that. In order to remove the star rating, you're going to have to either click here on About, and then next to About, click Edit. And on the address, right over here, we go to Edit again. We scroll down a little bit, past the address, past the map, and we uncheck the button that says Show this map on your page. Click that, save changes, then we view page. Ta-da! It's gone, but then we're not going to have a map. That is troublesome for some of us. The address is here because it's in the basic information, but if you really need the map on your page, it's not going to be here, especially if you're a local business. It could be troublesome, but that is the one and only caveat. For some reason, the ratings are connected to the map. Well, that's it for this episode of Your Extraordinary Life. You know, I'd also be grateful if you could rate my podcast on YouTube and eventually on iTunes once I get there. That really helps tremendously to keeping this podcast visible to those who have never heard of it and can discover it. Because I really hope to get a lot of great information on here, and since this is still the pre-launch of my podcast, it would be really, really helpful if you guys could help out. Share it, like it, and once I'm on iTunes, subscribe and all that fun stuff. I'd be really grateful if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to comment on this episode, please go to piotrkrzyzek.com in my podcast section, and in the show notes, I'll have all the information on how to, the step-by-step information on how to do so, and all the great stuff and the links in there. And I'd love to get your input about what you thought, how it went, if you have any comments, questions, whatever. Just go on there, let me know how it goes. Again, this is Piotr Krzyzek signing off.